the 42nd President
your principal, Ms. Swaggerty, the superintendent who welcomed me, and the band for playing, and all the people at the school who made it possible for us to have this meeting here tonight. I want to thank County Commissioner Nikki Williams for being here. Senator Joanne Berger, and Monica Carter-Skundrich, and I'd like to thank the entire family of the Secretary of State, Bill Bradley, all the people here who came to meet me, and the others who are here and greeted me outside. I am honored to be here. I understand that I'm the first representative of the presidential campaign since Robert Kennedy was here. That seems like a good place to start because first, for the young people here, I know these were tough times for you.
That's right.
Let me remind you, 40 years ago when Robert Kennedy was here, this country was going through tough times. And he didn't have long to live. A few nights ago, I was in North Carolina campaigning for Robert Kennedy Jr., who introduced me by saying that Hillary holds the same seat in the United States Senate his father did, and is his worthy successor in this campaign for president because she's in it for the only legitimate reason anyone should ever run for president, to empower the American people. I gave an offhand remark. I said, well, did you ever see a family where the women didn't stick together?
Amen.
I mean, that's a big argument for electing Hillary, you know. Just think of it, 160 million Americans all rushing in the same direction. We'd be irresistible. But then I gave a serious answer. For this time in our history, I agree with my daughter.
Yeah.
I would be here if we had never been married. I think she's the best candidate for president in this election or any election in a very, very long time. And I want to tell you why. First of all, let's look at the condition of the economy. All the headlines are about, are we going into a recession? But the truth is, most Americans have been in a recession for quite some time now. And I think it's worth just looking at the numbers so that you know you're not alone here. This is all over the country. We have an economic crisis occasioned by four big problems. One is this country has no jobs policy. We have no jobs policy. Our policy since 2001 has been trickle-down economics, which is give all the tax cuts to the wealthiest Americans, give all the tax subsidies to the most wealthy elected interest groups, and wait for everything to shower down on the rest of you. Well, the government has done a brilliant job with the first part, but the second part didn't materialize.
Right.
This is why you think you're in a recession. 90% of the benefits of this decade have gone to the top 10% of earners. Over 40% to the top 1%. A big chunk of that to the top 1/10 of 1%. While the cost of health care has doubled, the cost of college education has gone up 75%. Energy costs up $2,000 a family. This year alone, gasoline costs will go up $450 a family, and food between $250 and $300 a family, more if you have to feed more. Meanwhile, family farmers in my home state of Arkansas and in our state now of New York are struggling. And the foreign policy does nothing really to support 90% of them. While there are food riots around the world because of the price of food and the unavailability of it in poor countries. We've got to change this.
Yeah.
We have to change this. If you look at how America is doing now, as compared with the 90s, and I say this not to talk about my record that I ask you to go back, but because there's a reason we teach history to our young people. So we make better decisions in the future. Energy and energy efficiency. That's where the jobs are. That's where the low-hanging fruit is. We can put America back to work in every rural area, every small town, every suburb, and every city in the entire United States. She also proposes to create 3 million jobs through investing in America's basic infrastructure again. We haven't done any work in a long time to seriously repair our bridges, our roads, our water systems, our sewer systems, our rail networks. None of these jobs, by the way, can be outsourced. They all got to be done where the stuff is. And this is important for America. We need a basic job that will bring back manufacturing and enable us to grow together. Now, what would that mean here? First of all, you should know that Hillary is the co-chairman of the Bipartisan Senate Manufacturing Caucus. She does not believe that America has to give up its manufacturing base. We have lost manufacturing jobs in every year of this decade, but in the 90s we gained manufacturing jobs in 6 of the 8 years I had the honor of serving. We can bring them back. She proposes to reestablish the Manufacturing Extension Partnership, which will give money to every state in the country, including Oregon, to help to finance the new technologies that will create the jobs that are available here. It's different in every state. You've got to have a partnership. There's no one-size-fits-all plan that the federal government can impose on you. And I know you like that because you're a state known for innovation. Let me just give you an example. I'll just give you some examples. This is one reason Hillary won Ohio, where she was outspent 2-1 on television. Won Texas, where she was outspent by $4 million on television. Won Pennsylvania, where she was outspent by $8 million on television. Because she said, if you vote for me, I will enable you to have control of your energy future. And I'll just give you some examples. Ohio